Oh, I'm live. Let me check something. This ain't what I wanted it to do. What is going on? What in the world? Hang on. Do I have two lives going? I've got two lives going at one time. How's that possible? That's impossible. How is this possible? What in the world? How have I done this? Two lives going at once. I better shut one of them down. Something ain't working right. Back this up. This ain't making any sense. How was I able to do this earlier and I can't do it now? Oh, these computers are melting my mind. All right, I don't have. My live dashboards. I don't know how I did this earlier. How did I do this? Go here. Go to live dashboard. Oh my goodness. I'm about out of backy. I'm about out of tobacco. All right. Okay, that's why I didn't do anything. I might need to turn this off. All right. Customize channel. No. I need to go to the beta studio. Then I need to go. How did I do this earlier? Creator Studio. And then. All right, why can't I find what I'm looking for? If I go here. I'm already in a live control room. Where did I go earlier? It's saying I streamed live 98 minutes ago. Am I not live? I can't see any chat yet, so bear with me. All right. Here we go. Here we go. That's what I was looking for. I had one person in. Hey, Happy. All right. I have figured it out. Yeah, that. No. Hey, Flat Earth Preacher. No, that was my motorcycle before I hit the deer. Hey, Samurai. Yeah, that was my motorcycle before I killed the deer on it. Now it's orange and maroon. It's cool the way I did it because it flip flops. The orange is maroon and then the maroon is orange, depending on how the light's on it. But it's so dirty now. It used to look like a show bike till 2 years ago. I've decided that at OBS Studio, I uninstalled it. I'm done with it. I'm not messing with it anymore. That thing has pissed me. Did you know that? Well, I didn't put the picture up. See that old truck in the background? The old, like, 51 truck sitting out in the middle. This is back when you used to take pictures and get them developed. That's crazy. It's got a date on it. I thought it had a date on it. But yeah, that was the good old days when you actually had film and you go to the 1 hour Photoshop. No, I didn't take it through the glass. I guess it's the glare on it. It kind of, if you just are hitting the deer, it didn't even knock a mirror off. That's the crazy thing. Oh, I know that there's a lot of stuff happy. I see stuff in everything. I mean, you could probably take that picture right there and bring out a lot of stuff because I know. No, motorcycles are not cool. They're only cool to look at and crank up, but don't ride them down the road. I've had so many close calls on that thing. I've sat there, by the time the person stopped pulling out in front of me, I had my arm out pointing at them, and the hood was going underneath my arm. And then I had a guy that finally stopped. I was either going to get run over by him, hit him in the side, or have to hit a ditch with a barbed wire fence. And he finally stopped. And his bumper was like that close to my leg. Days of everybody doing this while they're driving, they don't even see you in the car. Back when I wouldn't, man, that's why I hadn't got my bicycle out. They definitely don't see a bicycle. Well, that's, my bike's been sitting where it's sitting for the last year and a half. Oh, I love riding it. It ain't nothing like riding a bike, but man, these people nowadays, they just don't. They're texting. They don't even see it. I'm in a Jeep Grand Cherokee and getting run up on the sidewalk because they're over there texting and changing lanes into me. I wouldn't want to be on a bike nowadays. Oh no, the problem is when people pull out, they look to see if a car's coming. It don't register there's a motorcycle coming. But nowadays, they don't even look because they're too busy pushing all the buttons and texting, and it's just crazy. Oh man, that OBS Studio about pissed me off. I hate to say it like that, but I uninstalled it. And now that stupid computer's updating some more stuff. I mean, man. Oh, preacher, with my Jeep, I've been running up on like that close to her on her driver's side, and she never saw me. UFO on like 2 minutes before I'd get any action out of. I mean, not even trying to use OBS. It screwed up the whole computer, man. So I uninstalled it. Screw that OBS. That's the biggest crap I ever seen in my life. I tried to scroll John Boy for president make America redneck again. That screwed it up. I mean, it's got one, what, terabyte of memory on that computer. You'd think it'd work a little better than that. I'm griping, but I've spent 3 days straight trying to get that thing. Finally, I'm like, man, if I could have just reached in and pulled it out of there, I would have. But I uninstalled it, man. This got me mad. This laptop does better. It's crazy, but it does better. I'm gonna experiment for a second, y'all. I just want to see if this does. Y'all tell me if this does anything crazy when I do this. Oh. Did this slow me down any? Am I talking funny? Did I slow down? Do I sound funny? Hello. Hello. I spent so much time waiting on that daggum computer over there to do something. I learned a lot about this thing over here. Let's see what that does. Y'all notice any difference? It sounds normal. Well, I can get over there in the live, what's it called? The live control room, and I can speed it up or slow it down. Huh. Okay, so it's not doing nothing. Let me go over here and fix what I've done then. Because if it sounds normal and everything, then this is not doing anything. But over here, I can watch my analytics. There's 2 viewers. Really? Well, it's only 2 y'all in here, according to this. 3 now. I can watch my little graph down here, and I can actually see me on replay up there. And I'm buffering. See, I can see when I'm buffering now. I can see when I'm buffering, y'all. Is that not crazy? Squash put up something that says something wrong with the picture. I'm always talking about. What? I wish he'd hurry up and start streaming. I'm not buffering. No, I was buffering on this end. I went in my live control room. There's a slight delay up there. I'll show you how much of a delay. I'll turn the speaker on. I'm not buffering. No, I was buffering on this end. I went in my live control room. There's a slight delay up there. See how much of a delay I have? But I can watch the chat in both rooms. No, that OBS would be cool if I don't know. I don't understand what's the deal. Squash done put up another video. Weird weather. Yeah, I can't figure out that OBS, man. I must have got a bad program. Must have had some viruses in it or something. Because every time I go to shut the computer down, it doesn't want to shut down. It wants to upload 168 updates. So then I had to force close it off, turn it off. I spent 6 hours yesterday letting it update, and then I turned it on this morning, and guess what? It wants to update some more. Hell, cows ain't working either. I wonder if it's YouTube putting some. And man, now it's like freezing. In one, I figured, well, I'll do it for 10 minutes and see what happens. Dadgum, if I don't have 10 uploads coming up, because I guess every time it stops streaming, it'd send that in, and then it'd start streaming and stop streaming, then it'd act like that. I don't know, man. I've been deleting stuff, and man, just crazy. Oh, man. Well, who all's in here? Just you and Flat Earth? It's only showing 2 in the chat. Yeah, man, it's been messed up. And I can go over here and look at the real-time analytics going on. I had 3. It dropped down to 2 at 7:30. Yeah, I just figured out that feature today on it. Oh, really? Well, why would it stop working like that? I mean, that's crazy. It's got to be they put some sort of signal through to mess up the OBS systems if everybody's having problems with it. Look at Marfogle, a couple days. I don't get it. Shoot, I've been out here. Let's see, I had 13 hours the first day, 13 hours yesterday, and from 8 o'clock this morning to, I don't know, it's still updating stuff for some reason. Oh, it's crazy. Really? You think they did that? That's crazy. I mean, I finally figured out how to. That's another thing. I mean, it is OBS, but where your controls and stuff aren't how my controls are. And then somebody sent me a tutorial video on a little section of the OBS, and his controls wasn't like your controls or my controls. Everything's like it's like 3 different OBS deals. The one I had on there was 23.1 version. How can you get just the original? Because when I went to install it, it said I needed certain drivers. Then I had to update this and update that. And man, like I said, I spent 13 hours and still weren't able to use it. And then the next day, what happened? Anyhow, it's just been it's been a headache. Daggone Squash is uploading videos on every channel he's got. Well, that's what I did, and it said if I had Windows 7 or whatever, I had to put in an extra update for that because it wouldn't work with that version of Windows 7, which is what I've got. And I think that's where the problems began. It's just been crazy, man. And cold. It's been cold here for 3 days. I had to start a fire in my stove twice. I think that's what it was updating. I don't know. You think I just ought to go ahead and look for Windows 10 update for that Windows 7 and update it? I think it was taking pieces of the Windows 10 and updating it into the 7 so the OBS would work. I don't know. It seemed like every time I turned around, that thing was. So I need to go ahead and update everything to like Windows 10 and then try OBS. I think that's what the problem was. I think some stuff updated and some stuff didn't, but it seemed like the more I tried to use the OBS, the worse it got. I mean, it worked fine the first time. I mean, I got like a 4-minute video out of it, but it kept telling me my encoder overload and I needed to, oh, what did it say? I needed to do something with the video output. So I got up in there and messed the video output. I know, man. It took forever doing whatever I was doing. 3 days of it updating. And it's still doing something over there. I tried to shut it off because I'm tired of being on it, and it's updating something 32 somethings. I don't know what it's doing. Let me go get a cup of coffee real quick. This in here is empty. I'll be right back. Man. Hey, Abby, where'd you go? I got a message over there. I had to go get a cup of coffee. I couldn't help it. It's cold out here. It's been cold for 3 days. It's going to get down to like 43 tonight. But looking at the forecast, it's supposed to be like, I don't know, about Thursday, like 84, Friday, 85. And then Saturday, they're showing like 86. What was weird, the sun come out for about, I don't know, 40 minutes today. And they started warming up, and then all of a sudden you hear the jets coming, and they started clouding up wherever the sun was shining through. And then it just got cold again. I don't know if I've had key lime pie either. Huh. Key lime pie. I don't guess I have. Oh, yeah, it rained all yesterday, and it rained whatever day it was I started the OBS, because you can hear it in the recording. I'm right here. I ain't going nowhere. I'm just going to see what I got here. Okay. To answer your question, I went to get a cup of coffee. Dadgum, how'd I do that? I'm almost out of tobacco. Somehow I wound up, man, it's going to be cold. Tomorrow's high is only going to be 70. I doubt if it hadn't got above 64. I mean, one day it was like, it didn't even get up to 60. And I've been out in it all day long because I'm out here in my shop. And that's why I finally said, man, I went up in the woods. I didn't care if the wood was wet. I sat there and put wood in my wood fireplace in this shop. And it was warm over there where I was at on that computer. I can't believe I spent this many days on that thing. It's crazy. I like it when it's really, really cold. I'm talking about in the teens cold. I love getting out when it's below 20 degrees. That's my favorite time. You know why? Ain't nobody else outside. You got the whole world to yourself. And you can hear stuff. It's quiet. No, I didn't go nowhere. I just dropped this on the floor. Yeah, you can always get warmer, but you can't never get cooler when it gets hot. Well, I guess you could if you're near some water. But I'm not about to go jump that creek down there. It runs through the middle of the woods. There's so many water moccasins and stuff down there. I moved all my netting over there. I'm thinking about, sunrise one morning, a live sunrise or sunset if we ever see it. I get to bobbing my leg over here and it gets my head like what? Oh, it's been a long 3 days, y'all. Long 3 days. You remember Rose Leedy? Then she calls herself Discernment with Rose. They've been living in their car for over 2 weeks. I don't know, man. A lot of stuff happened back when all that stuff happened to everybody, man. She had I don't know, the law was called on her and DHS and all sorts of stuff. I don't know the whole story on it. But I guess they had to leave their kids with their mom or whoever they're with. I don't know why they're running unless they got some warrants or something. I don't know. But they've been living in their car. Crazy. Everybody's had some crazy stuff. I had 79 Trans Am, had T-tops in it. Got stranded down in I guess it was Biloxi, Mississippi. And I was having to sleep in that sucker, man. It started raining. And I had to find Walmart bags and hook them up over the ceiling and drain them out because the T-tops were leaking. And I had to make it to where the bags were, troughed it out the side window. It's crazy. Heck, I'm happy. I wouldn't have never thought you had to live out of a car. That's crazy. I had to stay at the Salvation Army. I mean, that's all part of that whole trip. I wound up. Oh, it's a long story. I can make a book on that. I wound and did it during Christmas time too. Went to daggum. I went to church, and it was like a day before Christmas or something. They're having a big old Christmas thing, and they told us if we stayed for the service that they would feed us. So we sat there and they had and it was pretty cool. They had all them bell ringers that sat there and made the song out of all the bells. But they had cameras there, man, and they're sitting there. But anyhow, then I spent the night in the church and then the next day I was able to work for some money for them, moving all the chairs and stuff back. And that got me on down the road. Then I ran out of money, had to live on a river. That gum happy. I always planned on running away. I never did though. But I've always wanted to. That's crazy, isn't it? I was gonna build a raft and be like Huckleberry Finn, man. I was gonna go down the Mississippi River. Yeah, my folks divorced when I was in high. That was a crazy time too. It's just I don't know. It's a lot, man. Life is crazy when you think about it. I forgot. I did run away for like a couple of days. Yeah. Well, that's cool. Oh, my dad's got a. I mean, his wife. They've been together. I know it's over 18 years. It's probably close to 20. But man, she's a good woman. She's like a as high as you can get as a nurse. She runs like a couple of floors down in Memphis at a big old hospital, and her daughter does too. She got man, that girl was a workaholic. That's crazy. That's like me and her daughter didn't get along for a while, and then I don't know what happened, man. We just hung out like buddies, and I don't know. I ain't talked to her much in the last couple of years, but she had some kids, and I know she's really busy, so I kind of left her alone. But yeah, it's weird, man. And my mom, I don't know what her deal is. She won't return my calls. I hadn't talked to her in, I don't know, 6, 7 years. I can't remember. After 5 years, it just don't really matter. She used to say, "Well, I mean," she used to say, "I have bad phone service." You have bad phone service for the last 20 something years. I mean, come on. I don't know what her deal is. She was all right till we had a car wreck one time, and then she ain't never been right since. I think it did something to her brain. I'm serious, man. After that, she wasn't the same. I don't know what it did to her. Well, Happy, it might be a good thing because you might have gotten in trouble, the teenage stuff. Because I got out of high school. The people I hung around in high school were good people. I mean, we did a lot of mischievous, stupid stuff, but nothing that would get you thrown in jail or nothing like that. And when I got out of high school, well, when I was still in high school, I was registered for the delayed entry program for the Air Force. I signed up for that when I was 17. And make a long story short, everybody that I knew was at least 10 years older than me. So I missed out on like my 20s because when I was in my 20s, everybody was in their 30s or 40s. So I grew up around older people, which already had that out of their system, I guess. I don't know. All I know is people tell me I'm an old soul. I don't know, man. Well, I'm gonna tell you the prom was overrated too. Yeah, I didn't care for it. I didn't want to go. But they're like, well, you gotta go to your prom. That's part of growing up. Nah, I'd rather not have. You didn't miss anything, Happy. I mean, I don't even remember. All I remember, I went to the prom just waiting to get out of there. I didn't want to go in there anyhow. But anyhow. Oh, it's just overrated. And the smartest girl in school, like the valedictorian or whatever, that girl was so smart. She was going to be a doctor and this, that, and other. You know what happened to her? She wound up marrying some fireman and had about 5 kids, turned into a stay-at-home mom while he was out screwing around on her. I'm like, how can you be that smart and be that dumb in real life? I mean, I don't know if I'm saying something bad or not, but just don't make any sense. I guess you can be book smart, but not street smart. I never was a follower. I try not to be a leader. This is what I do. What's going on, Tori? Oh, it's okay. There's a lot of people that listen and don't say anything, but I know who they are. What was I saying? Hey, Tori. Hang on. Dadgum, I lost my train of thought. This dadgum stuff they're spraying in the sky, man. I don't remember where I was at. I was somewhere back in high school. Enlightened Skywatcher. You ain't joking. Common sense ain't so common. It's few and far between. You doing all right, Enlightened? But yeah, we're just talking about growing up and high school and stuff and things that might have felt like been missed out on, but in reality wasn't. Just just having, just regular old chit chat, I guess. Not talking about any dramatic stuff happening in the world because there's enough of that. Too much of it. I wouldn't want to go back to high school either. We're just all messed up. Enlightened. They've genetically modified the plants and stuff. There's no telling what these plants really got in them. And I forgot what I was watching the other day, and they're talking about these vaccines and stuff, and whatever they got in them. High school was my playground. I didn't take it serious. We got in trouble. Oh, that troll, that's Dex. Hey, Dex. I am too happy. I'm happy right here. This is where I wanted to be, out in the middle of nowhere, enjoying nature. Look, I got some Native American songs going that were supposed to be like um, meditation kind of stuff, had like flutes going and stuff. And man, it was like it did it cool, it calmed me down. And I got to noticing the birds started chirping and singing a whole lot more. I mean, there was more of them and stuff. I'm like, man. So I stepped out the door and I said, any evil around me or on this property, get away in the name of God. And man, and then I blessed the shop. And I was like, any evil in the shop, get out here in the name of God. What? I live out in the backwoods of Tennessee. I'm a hillbilly. You know what? I take a bath every Saturday, whether I need it or not, and I missed yesterday, so I guess I gotta wait the next Saturday, huh? I'll be conserving water though. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I know. Well, look, I think that negative was still around from a couple weeks ago. And after I did that, that's when, well, you can read it in that message. It was like, it just went through me, and all of a sudden I got these chill bumps. It was like there was something still around that was blocking stuff, but now it's not. Yeah, you live up there in Jersey. I couldn't imagine. I mean, I've lived in Memphis, but that ain't like Jersey at all. Memphis is like a redneck big city. Ah, it's my little dog. She's just watching out for me. What is it, Ouija? Oh, I was getting so mad at the computer today. I was waiting for YouTube to load up, and I started whistling for it. I was like, "Come on, YouTube! Come on, YouTube! I know you can load up." And dadgum, my dog didn't run up to me. Well, that's going to be a drastic change, Tori, or different. You getting up in the mountains, probably, huh? Or you staying on the coast? Then it'd probably be about the same. You know, I've been to Florida twice, but I never drove there. No, I'll take that back. I did drive to the Panhandle. You're gonna be my neighbor. Well, Tori, I hope you like the mountains because I do. What I miss? Oh, I'm sorry to hear about your husband. I didn't see that. Yeah. Somewhere up there, I can't remember which Carolinas it is in the mountains. There's somewhere you can go and you can find gemstones, all sorts of like sapphires and stuff like that. Well, he's in a better place now. So that's why I'm quitting these things, man. I don't have much left, so I'll be done shortly here with them. Man, I haven't been to the Smokies in so long. I miss the mountains. I'd like to take the Appalachian Trail all the way from the start to, where's it at, Maine? I think it's what, 700 miles? It takes months. I'd love to do that though. I probably would never come out of there. I'd probably find me a nice place to homestead. I ain't lying. That's what I thought about. Taking that Appalachian Trail and just finding a place somewhere and just turn into a real mountain man. Yeah, it is, but I'd do it. It would be fun. They have little spots here and there that you can have supplies ready for you so you can replenish. But I think that's what I read. But I'd be more or less making it off the land. It'd probably take, like I said, I'd probably never make it to the end because I'll homestead somewhere. I'll find me a nice little cave somewhere. Oh yeah. No, it turned into a lifetime. I ain't lying, man. I'd find a little valley somewhere, had some good clean running water through it. It'd be hard for me not to make a little homestead. I'm not lying. I want to get away from society, just get totally away. It's a pretty long hike. I think it takes like 6 months or something. I think they start in the springtime and end by the fall. Something like that. It takes a while. Maybe 4 months. I can't remember, but it's a pretty good while. I would do it as long as I got to run into bears and not a Bigfoot because I don't want to run. I think I'd make friends. I'd be like Grizzly Adams, man. I'd have a bear following with me. Oh, I want to be secluded. I'm talking about no electricity. Yeah, no Bigfoot for sure. I'm talking about no electricity. Get woke up in the morning by the birds singing. I would bring some seeds along with me so I could plant a garden. I'm serious. If I, uh, that'd be the place to be, though. I kind of wanted to do that here, but this ain't really as deep in the woods as I'd like. Yeah, it's like from Maine to Georgia. I think it's 1,700 miles, maybe. I can't remember, but it would be cool. Yeah, I got copyright strikes. I was live streaming those daggum Native American songs, and they copyright struck me on it. So I went ahead and deleted the video. Said it was copyrighted due to the fact whoever owned the rights was making money off of them. I'm like, really? So you mean to tell me I can click on it on YouTube and listen to it for free, and you're making money off of it? Oh, it'd definitely be cool. I'd like to go to Heber Springs again, man, because they got some trails up there. It's nothing like the Smokies, but there's a little mountain called Sugarloaf Mountain, and the last, I don't know, 60, 80 foot or so, you guys sit there and grab both sides of the wall and use your feet and go up this little crack to get. I've got Cherokee in me. That's my right to listen to some Native American music. I thought. I guess I was wrong. I listened to Celtic music. Did I say it right? Celtic? Yeah. I listened to that. I listened to some Yannis. I guess I pronounced his name right. What else? Oh, and I listened to some violin music, violin and piano. I changed up what I didn't want to listen to any rock and roll or country rock rap stuff or nothing like that. I just wanted to mellow out today. I think it kind of did me some good. I don't have any sage to burn. I wanted to burn some sage. I think I do. I think some purple sage somewhere that I saved up. I'm not even gonna grow a garden this year because the last 2 years it won't grow. Yeah, mellow Sunday. Tried to be. What's going on, Mighty Mark from New Zealand? Hey, you're one of my 0.01%. New Zealand. It's still cold up there, isn't it? Oh. Okay. Now, how's that possible? Well, I guess anything's possible. Huh. But yeah, man. Around here, there's just too many chiggers and ticks. Let's see, what would that be in Fahrenheit? Like 60 something, 70 degrees or something like that. Hey, up there in New Zealand, is y'all's time off like 15 minutes? I mean, like if it was 1 o'clock here, y'all would be like, let me think. I think there's a 3 hour and 15 minute difference. Because I had a problem with my phone one day after some stuff happened a couple weeks ago. When I got my phone back on, it was 3 hours and 15 minutes off. So I figure it's just, some. Well, your minutes are right then. All right. 12 at midnight. That gum, we still got another 4 hours to go. So you're 4 hours ahead of us. Oh, it's lunchtime. What was I thinking? PM. Oh, PM. That gum. I got you, Mark. I just thought different. So you're actually more to the west of me than you are to the east of me. Huh. But you know what? It's actually the same time everywhere at one time. That's what Tells the Blue Eyed Indian said. So we're talking into the future. Is it Sunday or Monday there? Wait a minute. It'd have to be Monday. No, it's. I'm confused. It's Monday. So you're in the future. We're talking to somebody from the future, y'all. Hey, Squash. We got somebody from the future in here named Mark. Mighty Mark. He's from our he's Monday. We're still on Sunday. We're talking to somebody from the future. Huh, that's crazy if you look at it like that. That is crazy. How does that work? So you're either going to be a day ahead or a day behind wherever you're at in the world. Huh. That's just weird. It's kind of, I don't know. I met a guy that claimed he went back in time 30 minutes. And he told me how to do it. I just haven't tried it yet. It's real simple. Yeah. Man, I ain't getting into that. It don't matter. And it don't matter if the sun is going over top of something flat or if we're spinning around it. I don't care because it doesn't affect my life one bit. But I do know this: whichever way it's supposed to be, it's not working right. Dead gum. I'm trying to think. New Zealand. How far? No, it's noontime where Mark is. It's Monday at lunch, Squash. He's in the future. We're still stuck back here in the past. Man, I wish. I don't know. I'm I'm flabbergasted. That's crazy. Oh no, man! Today, when the clouds opened up a little bit, it's like you could see the sun peeking out a little bit, and then there's a little hole right here, and it was as black as that. And then a little bit further down, it was blue sky. It shouldn't be like that. Well, thank you, Abby. Hyderabad in the house. Oh, we're doing all right. Just chilling out, hanging out. I'm scared to play any music at all because I don't want any more copyrights. Hey, look, check this out. It was banned worldwide. It had worldwide on it for Native American songs. Can you believe that? Wasn't any words. There was some chanting like, oh, yeah, oh, yeah, oh. And it was flutes and some drums, and they banned it worldwide. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Them poor American Indians didn't have a chance against the people that took over this land, and now we don't have a chance. They put all the Indians in reservations. They're going to put all of us in FEMA camps. Oh, man. Whoo, look what we got to look forward to. Yeah, I ain't seen that in a while, Squash. We've just been having rain. And then the sun come out, and that going if the jets didn't come by and fill up the holes the sun was shining through. That is messed up. And you know what's weird when it's overcast like it is? When those jets go over, it always rains a little bit behind them because of that stuff they're putting out. Hyderabad, your pictures and stuff ever show back up, or they're just gone? Probably just gone. That was weird how all that stuff hit all at one time. Everybody losing channels, losing pictures, losing subscribers. As have you ever seen straight rainbows? I've got pictures of straight rainbows. It's crazy. Why not, Mark? Mighty Mark. You deserve to have them too. Yeah, they did, Happy. A lot of folks. Squash. I wound up just uninstalling that OBS. It's still over there resetting or doing whatever it's doing. It's been, man, I lost track of the days now. Well, you see how our skies look, right, Mighty Mark? Shoot, we got some crazy skies. Crazy. All right, man. The stuff I've seen, it's hard for me to understand what I saw, let alone tell somebody else what I saw. They know an asteroid's fixing to hit. Is what it is. Well, I don't know. I don't know what it is, but they know something's up, and this land ain't gonna be fit to live on. They keep on keeping on like they are, man. It's fixed to be a bunch of folks fighting, like NK and China, Russia. Shoot, the Mexico's backing the Russians. That gum, squash. Man, I missed my mouth with that drink of coffee. Squash, you're letting the cat out of the bag, man. Really? Hey, America seized what? Was it a North Korean cargo ship or was it a China cargo ship? They're trying to jack the oil prices up. Okay, North Korea. Why would they do that? And then I didn't know North Korea was exporting. I thought their people were starving over there. What do they have to export? You know what I mean? Those people, man. I mean, I guess we're lucky we live here, but oh, they're not. So that was like a military vessel with some sort of weapons on it, I guess, huh? So I haven't turned on TV in like a while now. I don't know. I haven't had the urge to even watch it. I'm watching my analytics over here. I've had five current guests consistently. I just watch it for the weather, and they don't know what. Like we're supposed to have storms this afternoon. All right, Happy, get another slice of pie. I'm silly. Oh man. All right, Mighty Mark. Appreciate you stopping by. That's crazy. He's already in the work week. That's crazy. Squash. Hey, I had my tablet sitting outside trying to get better reception and stuff, and I had it sitting up in the windowsill of the shop. I hadn't pushed any buttons or anything. And when I went back out there later, that thing is already scrolled somewhere in the web. And I'm like, how? Wasn't nothing touching it. There's no reason for it to do that. But it did. Oh man, hang on a second. I'm gonna see if this computer's still updating. Oh man, I got a crick in my back. Oh, it finally shut off. Thank goodness. I've been trying to shut that thing off for a while. Every time I go to shut it off, it say can't shut off because it's updating. I know they've been watching me, Squash. I know they've been watching me since I called them back in 2011, man. I've been under surveillance that long. Probably longer, but I know since then. Hell, last night I went to chat on my chat in here and I asked buffering with a question mark, right? That thing posted 2 buffering questions. I only did it once. So that shows me I'm going through somebody else's computer. I guess. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why they want to watch everybody like they do. They don't want us to get the upper hand on them. You did a custom gender? I forgot what my custom gender was. I put something on mine. And it wasn't lesbian in a man's body. You hear that jet? Listen. That's all I hear all day long is jet after jet after jet. I'd rather be living in front of the Memphis International Airport. There's less air traffic. What time is it? Well, they're running late. They're usually coming through about 4:30, just one behind another, behind another, behind another. When are you going to go live, Squash? Cal's OBS system is completely down. But UFO said he was having problems, and I've been having problems. What we're thinking is they've sent a code through that's bumping out the OBS systems, which kind of sucks because I wanted to. I had John Boy for president was scrolling on the bottom, was scrolling across the bottom of the screen. John Boy for president, make America redneck again. But I could only get a few seconds at a time, maybe a minute and a half. Is that how it's spelled though? I've been calling it LGBTQ because it's a mental illness. These people need psychiatric help. Or it's the food and stuff making people think that way. I don't know. There ain't no telling how many those chemicals they put in all that food could be mimicking hormones and stuff, and it's changing everybody. Well, I'm tired. Dadgum, I need to call that dude. I'll probably go to work tomorrow. I've been calling it LGBT and Q like barbecue. But I don't pay no attention to that stuff either. It's another distraction. And what gets me, there ain't but like 1% of the population like that. So they got to bend the other 99% of the population to accept it. I mean, what happened to the good old days when you kept that crap in the closet, man? You didn't get out and, but I'm getting tired of seeing commercials with guys kissing and girls. I mean, come on. I don't want to see that crap. They're violating me. They violated smokers. Now, let me look where my dog is. She's all curled up in the Jeep. Yeah, it wasn't that long ago. I'm a PP. It wasn't that long ago, like in the 80s, man. You could smoke on a jetliner, but not during takeoff or landing, but you could smoke on it. I mean, that gum cars don't even have ashtrays in them anymore. I saw a big old, what was that thing? What was that thing? Big old Buick, man. I wanted to get it too. What was that thing? A 50 something Buick, man. That thing was so big. It had 2 ashtrays in the front dash. I mean, it was big. The hood was like a John boat. That thing still had the original headlights in it. That thing still had, when you opened up the trunk, it still had the thing told you how to use the bumper jack. It was all original. Guy wanted $1,500 for it. Motor and everything. It ran. The only thing wrong with the headliner, the metal bows in it had rusted and stank. It was white and black on the inside. Yeah, you can smoke in the hospital. Now you can't even smoke on the property of a hospital. Is that when 97? Because my Jeep's a 97 and it's got an ashtray. But my Cavalier is a 20. What is it, 02? It don't have an ashtray. And then it didn't have a cigarette. They call it accessory. It's got a plug, plastic cap that says AUX. Auxiliary, I guess what it is. Yeah, they done changed. They they made vape, and then if you decided to dip, they're like, "Well, you can't dip here either." What's up with these people, man? That's like what, for a couple of years. Yeah, my Jeep does too. No, they're not. They're in the center console at the back of it, where it comes between the 2 seats. There's an ashtray at the back of it for the people in the back. What was I saying? Oh yeah, talking about tobacco and stuff. I just don't get it, man. What happened? I mean, they worry about putting the oil companies out of business if they go to electricity. So why are they trying so hard to put the tobacco farmers out of business? I don't get it. Maybe, maybe it's because of the climate's so bad that they're not going to be able to grow tobacco, and they're trying to get everybody to quit before there's a shortage. Who knows? Yeah, I wish they would make it legal. But you know what? I don't really miss it. I still feel the same. I used to think, well, I mean, it used to make my bones feel better. I used to sleep a lot. Well, I still sleep now. So I don't know what benefit I'm missing or was gaining from it. So but I hadn't smoked any of that since November. Just gotta put your mind to it, man. That's like drinking, man. I have no desire to drink whatsoever. Made all that moonshine. You know, I was just wondering when I'm sitting here and just chit chat like this, don't that many people show up. But if I start naming names and stuff, it's like the algorithm notifies more people. Oh, he's talking about Marpoogle. Oh, he's talking about, Then, like, say I said Marpoogle and it climbed up one. How many days? It's under a week, depending on the temperature. If it's warm enough, like 3 days, I think. Soak them in water one day and then put them in something. I never did do that. I just stuck them right in the ground. Man, I don't watch Marfugle anymore. That damn best podcast. I can't stand that guy. He has suckered a lot of people, man. I just don't get it. These people, they're like false preachers or something. I don't know, man. I listened to him once, and that was enough. Then he had a short little thing he did, and as soon as it started recording, he was like, I need donations. I need this to keep the channel and blah, blah, blah. And this, that, and Zoom costs this much and blah, blah, blah. And I do have personal bills too, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you know what? Get out of here. Yeah, it does, though. Problems get more views. That's why I thought when I titled this, OBS can go to, where. Nobody cares. There's my Ouija girl. Come here, Ouija. Come here. She does her thing all day, and I do my thing. We're just passing the night. Ouija, the stove doesn't have any coals in it. Come here. You want to get warm? Get in my lap. Come here. Ouija. Ouija. Come here. Come here. Get in my lap, girl. Come here. Come here. She must not be cold enough. Well, I usually go, this is free use, and I read it, even if I didn't read it, and nothing happened. But today, who would have thought Native American Indian music would be copyrighted? That goes to show you, I mean, that goes to show you there's a computer that listens to everything you're streaming out or whatever. Because there ain't no human going to sit there and go, oh, yeah, I know that song. I didn't even know the song and I was playing. All I know it was Meditational Native American. Oh, it's crazy. GMO, I wouldn't doubt it, man. That's another reason I kind of stopped, because I'm telling you, man, when they got daggum goats producing spider milk, spider web milk, so they can sit there and refine the milk into some sort of super strong material, we got problems, man. I mean, a goat with spider DNA in it, that ain't right. That ain't the same species. They're learning how to splice into that DNA cord and do all sorts of stuff. They can take out stuff to eliminate you from getting diseases. Oh, okay. Well, that's what I should do from now on out. Educational disclaimer. We'll teach you about Big Brother. What gets me, man, is politicians are supposed to be the voice of the Americans. They don't have salmon tomatoes yet, do they? I wouldn't doubt it. You know when the tomatoes are ready to pick because they're swimming upstream or something? That's crazy. Squash, you put up a lot of videos today. I haven't got to look at them yet. Oh, man, I'm right here. I ain't going anywhere. I'm just seeing what my... All right. Man, I'm tired. What? Yes. Oh, to make them redder? Are you serious? They're using DNA? I mean, salmon DNA to do that? That is crazy. Man, I'm about time for another haircut. Yeah, man. There ain't no telling what all experiments they've done on humans or, fetuses and stuff and grew them into. Daggone Squash, I thought you already subscribed to this channel. Natural Born Rebel. How are you doing? Oh, that's your new... Oh, it's not Mob Squad Live anymore, huh? You remember years ago, Rebel, when they sat there and what was that? They had something they added to the meat, and this company was only one magnet because it was like a sidekick, so they could make a lot of money, and it was like reprocessed. But anyhow, they'd add it to the meat to make it look redder and stay fresher. Yeah, it was some sort of pink slime. Ugh. Oh no, they were using some sort of byproducts to make it. Oh no, and now they're making hamburger patties in the lab. Squash. You hear this jet? Listen. You hear how loud they are? Can y'all hear that? Every day, all day long, jet after jet after jet go right over top of me. I don't have any Pink Floyd going. No, it's those sprayer jets, man. It's like wherever they're coming from at 4:30 in the afternoon, at 4:30 in the morning, they're headed that way. At 4:30 in the afternoon, they're heading that way. At 11:30 at night, they're heading that way. It's just, I used to get out there with binoculars and look, but I don't even do that anymore. I get tired. I mean, I look up at the sky and it's the same old bull crap every time I look up there. The same jets. You get one, right, those loud ones like that, and it just went over. They're white on the bottom. They're real big. And at the back of the tail, there's like a royal blue square. And then one will be behind it, and it looks exactly the same. And then another one behind it, and it looks exactly the same. I just wish I had some telephoto lenses I could take pictures of them. I wish I knew I could listen to some music without getting copyright. I can't believe it was a copyright strike worldwide for Native American. What I got over here in my chat so far back? This one, Happy was talking about Bigfoot. Come on, Squash, you couldn't be. You're lying to me, ain't you? There's no music going whatsoever on this end at all. Because I'm learning my lesson. Oh, I was going to say it couldn't be me. Could be whoever's intercepting it, listening to it, maybe. I don't know. Oh, I'm trying to figure out what I'm fixed to eat tonight. I didn't go to the store and get anything, so it's going to get down to like 46 tonight or something. Or did they say 43 and it's 46 tomorrow night? I don't know, man. I know we hit 90 degrees a week ago, and now we haven't got above, we got above 60 today. So you're doing better, Squash? You ain't sick no more? I didn't have any music on that video. Yeah, I changed the title up finally. I was like, you know what? I might as well change the title up. It's been, because I was getting mad because that was like what, the fourth time I tried to go live, man. And finally I was like, I just hit the exclamation marks. No. That doesn't get banned for some reason. That daggum OBS Studio wore me out, man. I ain't lying. 3 days of trying to get that to work, and I finally uninstalled it. Just drove me crazy. Man, no, I didn't have any music going, did I? You might be. Oh, no, Squash, you're talking. No. The night that I sat there and all my video, when I got mad and going off on Last Stand and all them, I had some AC/DC going. That's guaranteed to get you a strike. The lefty snowflakes. There's some serious snowflakes in this world. The biggest snowflakes we got are in the office. They're sitting there, they're politicians like Nancy Pelosi. She don't know what world she lives on. That woman, and then Hillary Clinton, she's always looking around like, oh, like, oh, you're talking to me? Yeah, they have. Hey, Happy, you're back. Hey, that one picture I sent you, Happy, had that little black going through the center of it. It ain't really a crack. You see how it's like, doo, 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 doo. I don't know what it was. But there's some geometric objects in one of those pictures, two of the others. I can't remember now. I figured you could bring them to life. That woman, that Pelosi woman, the elevator don't go all the way up, and she don't have a full deck of cards either. And there ain't even a light on. I mean, I've never seen, I don't know. It's the big, they try to say Trump is crazy. Hell, look at everybody up there. They're all crazy. Yeah. That's why I'm running for president, and I'd appreciate your vote, Rebel. I'm gonna make America redneck again. That's right. I'm gonna take out all the Coke machines and Pepsi machines, and I'm gonna put Slits machines and Budweiser machines up. That's right. Any snack vending machine is gonna have beer nuts or Chex or peanuts or something like. Oh man, that's right. We need to go up Merfugel's chat. See, why do I need to raise $1 million at first? I'm an American. I should be able to run. I shouldn't have to pay a entry fee whatsoever. Dead gum. I'm right here, by the way. I'm right here. I'm just standing beside my thing. I can't move my hotspot over this way because I'll lose reception everywhere I go, but I'm right here. You see, I'll keep my hand out there. Look, how's the Illuminati? You ever notice that? The Illuminati's all Michelle Obama or Michael Obama, she's always got those fingers like that for some reason. Hang on, I'm trying to write. Can y'all still see my hand? There. All right. I'm coming back. All right. I'm back. Well, thank you, Happy. Let's see what no, he won't be on tomorrow night either. That's the problem, man. We need the rich people out of the picture because all they're doing is getting in a place of power to make themselves richer and help out their buddies. But you ever notice, hey, Naga, I bet. I'm pretty sure I know where you work at, Naga. Being the hours you work and the way you work, I know. I lived out in Memphis. But yeah, man, when she talks, and even if she's, I can't even do it now. Even if she's pointing or anything, she's got her fingers are like they're froze like that. I think Obama was a woman and she was a man. I thought you were in here earlier, Naga. I could be wrong. I've been known to be wrong. Oh man. I'll be glad when it warms up a little bit. Hell, I don't know, Rebel. I don't know. Oh, really? I didn't know that. I thought you worked at FedEx. That's what I was guessing. Seriously, I thought you were working at FedEx down in Memphis because your hours, how you work. Huh. I was wrong again. Oh, I know what I was saying earlier. People used to come up to me and ask me my opinion about something and go, "What should I do?" And I'd look at them and say, "Well, I'm not really going to tell you what to do, but I'd give them three options of what they could do. You know, three different options. I'm like, it's up to you or up to you to find another option. But if I was you, one of these three things." And man, they'd always come back and thank me. They'd tell me I was right, but I didn't know I was right. I just said, look at these options here because they had no options to go by. Really, that's cool, Squash. Yeah. You know, I helped he was a veteran. He was wearing a veteran's hat. And I was fixing to go in this Mexican restaurant and he was coming out. And I was like, well, let me walk you to your car and all. And I was like, thank you for serving, and this, that. I never did tell him I was a vet, but he was an old Navy vet. He was like in his probably 90 years old. I helped him to and he was with his wife, but he had a cane and stuff. And I was like, let me get the door for you. I mean, I did. I walked them. I was going in, they were coming out, and I held the door. Then I walked them down the steps. Then I walked them out to the parking lot and opened up the car door for them. I just felt like I had to do that for some reason. Yeah, you think so? I don't know. I just never felt like if somebody asked me my opinion, I'd give them three opinions because my one opinion might be wrong. But if I give you three opinions, you can choose from those. It's your choice to choose or find another one. And that's how and then, but I ain't lying, man. Back then I was hanging out at this bar and it was called Sweets 44 Lounge. You probably remember on Summer Avenue. It used to be a Sweets trailer hitch place and they had a bar next to it. But anyhow, they called me the Sweets philosopher because and after that, I ain't lying, man. There ain't no telling how many people I sat there and talked to like that. It was crazy. Yeah, I've been like that too. I've had people want to shake my hand. I'm like, man, I got grease all over, and they're like, I don't care. Was Tori gone? Oh, you're saying peace to her. Like, okay. Are you leaving, Naga? Or are you just saying, hey there? I'll get confused sometimes. I just ain't really proud to have served this country, to be honest with you. This country ain't what it's cracked up to be. I don't know. I don't guess I should have said it that way. But I don't agree with how this country treats other countries and trying to dominate the world like they do. Oh yeah, I do too. People find out I'm a bit. Well, thank you for serving. I go. I didn't do nothing but kick the tires and put fuel in it. You know, I mean, I worked on them, but I mean, I didn't. I don't care to be recognized. Well, I mean, you know what I mean, Naga. I just to me, it was just a job. What happened? Well, from being a child, turning into a teenager in high school, and then fixed to go out and get in the real world, and I went in the Air Force. Then I saw what it was about. I'm like, this is a joke. It's a daggum joke. And I don't know. It was like being in a club. I just didn't go for it. We couldn't smoke weed. They drank though. I didn't drink. I'd buy like a. I'd kept it in my freezer. I had a bottle of Jack Daniels, a bottle of tequila, and a bottle of vodka, and that would stay in my. It'd last a whole year. Well, I'm lying now. It'd last a whole month. Now think about it. Because once a month, I'd sit there and drink a fifth of one of them. I forgot about that. I'd get a 12 pack of beer and it'd sit in the refrigerator for months. Yeah, my dad and mom had to sign it when I was 17. But I got to looking at the hours I was putting in and stuff, and I was like, I could get me a regular job and work less hours and get paid the same. They were different when I went in squash. They would give you random pee tests and stuff, and you had to go in this certain bathroom they had set up, and it had feet painted on the floor where you had to stand on these 2 foot steps, and the observer stood in the footstep. I mean, they had them painted. And I told that joker, "You watch me pee, something's gonna happen to you." I made that joker turn his head, man. Oh yeah, I mean, you're right, Rebel. Nah, they couldn't do nothing back then, squash. I remember in basic training, though, me and this dude, we're fixing to get our first base liberty. I mean, town liberty. And we were going, man, I forgot what he did, but we were so mad that we were going to fight each other when we got into town. So we'd be off base. And I was going to let him have it, and he was going to let me have it. And we feuded for that whole week before that town pass come up. And then when it was time to do it, the first sergeant or the drill sergeant sat there and made me and him stay in the dorms and pull fire guard together. They knew what, I mean, I don't know what we were mad about now, but after pulling fire guard, we got along. And then the obstacle, I can't even say daggum, why is that word not coming out? Why can't I say obstacle? Obstacle. Yeah. Course was a joke. That was such a joke. I did more than that when I was a kid playing army out in the woods. Oh, we didn't have World War II stuff. Where's my dog? As soon as I ask where's my dog, she barks. It's starting to get dark out here. I'm probably not going to stay out here too long because I've been outside in the cold for 3 days. Which, I mean, it don't really bother me. I've worked outdoors and stuff. I forgot. This dude called me or texted me Friday morning. I know he's wanting me to help him work. And I just put it off. I was going to text him today. But I don't know. I'd rather not work. I mean, I don't know how to explain it. They used to be friends of mine, man. I mean, good friends of mine. And I don't know what happened to them, but they treat me like crap. And I've known them for 18 years, over 18 years. I don't know what happened to them. Yeah, we didn't have no guns. We went to the shooting range and they had M16s modified to shoot 22 bullets. Woohoo. I thought I'd get to shoot an M16. Nah, it was a glorified 22 by the time. It's pitiful. They sissified everything, man. I bet it's even worse now. They probably got ice cream stops on the way through the course. It was a joke. The only thing I liked about it was the MREs. Now, I gained a lot of weight. I used to like on breakfast, I'd get breakfast and eat it real quick and get back in line and get another whole breakfast tray and eat it up. And then when we got to tech school, I did the same thing, man. I'd sit there. It wasn't like basic though. You could casually get, but I would sit there and get that gum. What was it? 3 egg omelet, load it down, and whatever else all the sides were, and I'd eat that up. And then I'd sit there and get back in line. And I'd order me another 3 egg omelet. I put on a bunch of weight back then. All right, Samurai. Peace to you, my brother. Man, we didn't have to march, nothing like that. We just had to march from Oh, why did we even march? We had PC every morning. That was just a joke. Hey, I ate some of those back in the 80s. They were pretty old, but they were good. You know, I was trying to get MREs at these Army surplus places, and they didn't have any. It was weird. Yeah, so you're in the Army. We just had an hour of PCs, jumping jacks, sit ups. I forgot the rest. I kind of blocked all that off. While I was in basic, I just acted like this is a bad dream. I'm not really here. Because they lied to you. They tell you it's 6 weeks of basic training. Then when you get in there, you find out Saturday and Sunday don't count as days. So 6 weeks turns into 8 weeks in actuality. Yeah, they sit there 6 weeks of training my butt. They come 8 weeks later. And then you go to tech school, and it's a little more lenient, but you still got all these rules for the first so many weeks, and then you got another set of rules after that, and then yeah, 13 weeks. That's I wonder how many. Let's see, six weeks would be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I don't know. I guess we only had like 8 weeks total. And then when I got out of the Air Force, I decided like a year later. Was it a year later? That I was going to try to get back in, and they told me, your prior service, if you had wanted to stay in, you should have. So then I went to the Army recruiter, and I was looking at getting civil engineering, and he was like, you'll get to go places no other people get to go. And I looked at him and said, I'll get to go places nobody wants to go. And he goes, oh, I forgot your prior service. I'm like, yeah. So then I got in the Air National Guard, and I cross trained from C-130s to C-141s. That was a joke. I hated doing that. Because we didn't do nothing. You showed up and drove around all day or sat at a picnic table. I was like, man, I want to work on the planes, not just sit around and chit chat. And it seemed like every weekend I had to go do the Air National Guard. It was sunny, and all the other weekends were raining that I didn't have to do it. So I just stopped going. I guess I'm AWOL. I don't know. I just stopped going. I'm like, screw it. And look, when I was in the basic training, any money, paper money we had to have a notebook and write down the serial number of each bill in the stupid notebook. I guess so. If anybody stole it, you could claim it. That's the only time I ever seen those serial numbers come in handy. And then, they had the NCO club when I was in tech school. But if you're underage, you couldn't drink anything. You go in there and sit. And then say your buddy had a drink and he says, you can get you some of that. If you even reached for it, they'd see you do it. It was crazy. So I wound up packing my trunk and my Nova full of daggum snow. And I had like 12-pack of beer in there, and I had I had the same setup. I had daggum the Jack Daniels, the tequila, and the vodka. And I had it where it was down inside the snow. It stayed so cold, the snow never melted in my trunk. But that's what I do. I'd go outside of the NCO club and we'd party out in my car for a little bit and then go back in. Oh, if I had it to do all over again, I don't think I'd, because the Air Force didn't do nothing for me. I don't get any kind of driver discounts for being a veteran or anything, nothing. And then the VA hospital is a joke. What you do drink at base? Huh. They didn't have strip clubs when I was in the Air Force. Let me put my dog up real quick. Luigi, where you at? Come on, let's go inside. I guess I need to text that guy. I'm right here, you know. I'm getting my daggum phone charger. Oh shoot. I forgot to turn off my solar cell thing. Yeah, this phone's about to die. It's down to 8%. Yeah, I didn't. I know I had people took advantage of me though. Went over to this dude's house. It was my crew chief trainer, and he had a buddy. His buddy had like a '69 Nova, and anyhow, we're at his house one day, and we're drinking beer and everything. And I guess he'd already got a DUI or something. And anyhow, they're like, "Well, we need to go to the PX store and get some more beer." And they're like, "You can drive, Johnny." I'm like, "Man, I've been drinking too." "Yeah, but you don't act as drunk as we do, and I can't make it through the gate like this." So we got in the Nova, and I'm driving, and then that's when I realized I was like, I'm pretty daggum drunk too. But we got on base, made it over there, got the beer, coming back. Dude goes, and I had this real hot rod Nova back then, but it was like a '76. But dude was like, "Get on it." See what this thing's got. I'm going, you really want me to? He goes, yeah. I stomped the daggum gas and daggum got that thing up. When I got around 90, he started saying, hey, let off of it. This thing ain't got good brakes. I that ain't really my cup of tea, Squash. A stripper's like something stuck on the bottom of my shoe. I'm trying to say that nicely. I ain't never cared for them. Dadgum, I thought I saw my dog over there, and I know I just put her up. I never heard of a base having a strip club on it, to be honest with you. Man, I'd like to play some Native American music, but oh, I don't want this thing banned worldwide. That's so crazy. Worldwide over. You couldn't drink in the barracks? Well, probably not in basic. Well, hell, basic, we never could leave the barracks. The only time we left the barracks is as a group. Man, I wish I had done things differently. But I don't guess it matters now. What pissed me off about the Air Force was I was going to aircraft and power plant mechanic school that was furnished through the Air Force. And the way I had it figured out, I would be done with that school and have my certifications where I could work at like Delta or American Airways Airlines and all that. You know, any airliner would hire me to be a mechanic, being I was military. But then who was it? Who was it? Was it Reagan? They had the Armed Forces Reduction Program going on. And my date came up to where I either had to reenlist for 4 years or get out early. And I'm like, well, why don't we stick with my contract that says I get out in September? That way I can finish up this school and go straight to work at any airport I want. And they're like, no, you've got to either reenlist for 4 years or you've got to get out early. And I'm like, you know what? I never could have broke that contract with the government, but they could sure break it with me. So I'm like, screw y'all, I'm getting out early. I wished I hadn't, but I didn't want to do another 4 years because, man, I was getting so sick of that stupid stuff. I mean, it was ridiculous in there. I had to put up these dead gum. Well, then no, I'm gonna shut up. Then I find out the whole world acts like that. I know, Happy. If I had a one, but see, it was gonna mess me up. I had to sign up for 4 more years, then getting my certification. I have to renew it. I have to work so many hours a year. And I wanted the way I had it planned, I was going to get out of school at the time I was getting out of the Air Force and I was going to go straight into, I could work at any small airport or anything. But what pissed me off was the government can break a contract with you, but you can't break a contract with the government. So after that, that's why I don't like the government. I mean, they're not right. I can't like something that's not right. You know what I mean? Squash, you're just crazy. If we had done anything like that, we'd been locked up and fined. Because, see, that's another thing the Air Force would do. If you got in trouble in town and went to jail, when you got done with your fines and jail time, you came back to the Air Force base and got fined in jail time. I mean, it was double jeopardy. I'm like, how is that fair? You know what I mean? It just, I saw a lot of stuff that wasn't right. And I just, and then they had all these daggum, they're toward the end. This is in the late 80s. What was it, like 88 and 80, mainly in 89. They started having these people from the Middle East come over there and they're wearing like these white turbans with their head wrapped up in daggum white turbans, or what do you call the white clothes they had on? And they're flying their planes. They're teaching them how to fly C-130s. And they're coming on there wearing sandals and stuff. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. I didn't go for that. Squash, I ain't never had alcohol make me act like that I can remember. I've never, it don't matter how much I drank, I never did do anything like that. Ever. It was weird. It's like when I was drunk, I knew exactly who I was and what I was doing. The only thing it affected was my coordination, not my thoughts. I was this dude's designated driver. All I had to do is drink one less than him. That was stupid. I heard somebody in here say something. What'd you say, Squash? I swear I heard your voice come through my computer. That was weird. I swear I hear voices coming out of my computer. Oh man, y'all. It's starting to get cool out here. Oh man, happy. Oh, is that what I heard come through my speakers? I must have two mics there. No, that ain't a mic. Where's the mic at on this thing? I know it picks up good. I remember we got our first, when I was in tech school, where we could leave the base for the weekend. So we went and rented a hotel room and found a liquor store that burned down. They had a burnout cell, and we got liquor for like, I don't know, it was over half price. And I went from sober to out drunk in 35 minutes. I think I got alcohol poisoning because I had tunnel vision for a week. I was just, I don't know. I don't drink no more, thank goodness. Yeah, I'm fixing to be done smoking. I have very little left in my tub over there. I'm gonna have to start smoking the lettuce. Oh, your phone is dead. Okay. Well, that must have been what I heard. Yeah, I had to plug mine in. See. Oh, I need to text that dude and see what he wanted. I know he'll probably want me to come in tomorrow, but I'm not going to work for chicken feed like they made me do the last time. Man, I pushed the send button too. And he asked me so nicely, call me. I didn't leave no. Okay, there's no important information. Call me, please. See the big please. I've worked for them folks for 15 years, man. 5 o'clock comes around. We need to make a beer run. And then they're like, why ain't you drinking anything, Johnny? It's because I don't want to drink. I'm all right. I hit the text button. Dadgummit. I've been getting job offers. I can go to work anywhere. I got a bunch growing all over here, squash. I let that stuff bloom and all the seeds go out. No, it's opium lettuce. Oh, man, y'all hear my back cracking? Yeah, I had a few last year, but I let all the. Well, I did save some of the seeds and threw them out before spring got here. I got some thistle too. Is that any good? I think it's more potent, ain't it? I've even got. You'll know what this seed pod is. Still got my rifle over here beside me, just in case. Hey, you know what this is, Squash? You know what that is, don't you? What? What do you mean it's got the price on the backside? I got some of that gonna come up. And look, I still got a bunch. Oh, shoot. I still got a bunch of seeds in there. I think I'm like, it did better when I had that thing over this. I can't coordinate. That's that daggum Jimson weed. I noticed wherever the guacamolians or Guatemalans, I call them guacamolians, wherever they've lived at around here, there's that stuff growing everywhere. And I've been looking for it. Oh man. That's what I was trying to figure out what you're talking about. Prices on the backside. Yeah, I hate that autocorrect. It makes it should be called auto incorrect. Yeah, on the backside of leaf. I think it's Jimson weed, if you know what I'm talking about. But I've never done any of that either. But it's supposed to be like a hallucinogenic. Hell, there's a cactus you can buy at daggum Home Depot and stuff like that. There's a little bitty ornamental cactus, and it's supposed to have the same effects as peyote. I can't remember what it's called. I know what I'll do. I got it in here somewhere. I'll show you what it is. I can't. Yeah, it's like peyote, except for it's not peyote, man. It's you can buy it at Lowe's or anywhere. Oh, I got it in here somewhere. It's somewhere in here. It's somewhere. Because I was trying to think. Oh, here it is. Here's the name of it. Can you read that? I'll show you a picture of it. That gun, that light. Trying to block the light out. I can't even see if it's showing up. You see it? That cactus right there. They sell it at all the Lowe's and Home Depots and stuff, and it's called, I guess, mescaline cacti, however you pronounce that. Ooh, that'd be some strong alcohol. I couldn't imagine. Okay. Man, I remember that movie, what was it, Young Guns? And they did all that peyote. That dude was shooting at that chicken. They're riding the horses backwards. They can't see us. We're in the spirit world. That was funny. I'm gonna check the live control room. I don't get. I guess I wonder where everybody is. Yeah, that was a good movie. I like that. That was a good movie. Did you eat them all, Squash? I remember one time I was walking down the side of the road and I saw this cactus growing up. You know, they have like things like that and they just grow on it like that. Okay. But man, I thought, you know what? I bet I can go over there and break one of those off because I know it'll root if you stick it in the ground. That was the biggest mistake I ever made in my life. I went over there to grab one of those, and it's got so many fine needles in it. They were stuck all in my fingers. I mean, they're not that long, the needles, but man, I never would have thought they'd stuck in me like that. I think I'm gonna have me a pretty good blueberry patch this year. Oh, I imagine if the birds don't get all my blueberries like they do every year. I planted some blueberries and forgot about them, and now I got a big old patch of them. I'm gonna have a bunch of black raspberries this year. That's for sure. I'll have even more next year. I'm gonna try to triple them up because they're growing right now, and I'm sticking them back in the ground so that'll make another root source. I don't know, some sort of berries, rage berries. Is that what that says? Oh, okay. I've got huckleberries that grow around here. They almost look like the the bush almost looks like blueberries, except for they're they're a little harder and firmer, and they got a lot of little bitty seeds in them. And I got muscadines, but man, those things didn't do too good last year at all. It's like everything gets worse every year for the last 3 years. And May pops, I got a lot of May pops, or what do you call them? May? No, they're May pops, which is really like a wild apricot. I made some wine out of those one time. Man, it was good. Yeah, I'm talking about what turned into champagne. Did it make you feel any better after you ate it? I mean, get rid of some aches and pains or anything? Or I've got a lot of poke growing too. You know, you can make a wine out of pokeberries, and it's supposed to be good for rheumatism. I don't know if the alcohol breaks down. I've heard pokeberries were poisonous. But I've actually found a recipe on pokeberry wine, and it's used for rheumatoid problems. You know that weed that grows? It's called dock, and it kind of looks like lettuce. Well, it looks. It has big old long leaves on it. It's got like purple veins in it, and it'll have like some reddish color on it. That stuff is a blood purifier. And I put some of that in my greens one time. Man, it gave me like a head rush, man. It was weird. I don't think you're supposed to eat much of it. And I don't know if I did it at Thanksgiving. I don't know if anybody else noticed the buzz that got from it. But it's good for your kidneys and it's good for your blood. Yeah, they get big. I got a bunch of elderberries around here too. But they didn't grow any berries last year. It was weird. They blossomed out and then nothing came of them. I guess it's all the stuff in the air. I don't know. It's messed up, man. I'm watching stuff not reproduce every year. When I was a kid, it wasn't nothing to walk through a field and they'd come a covey of like 20 doves. I mean, not doves, quail fly up. And you could walk another 40 foot and hit another covey of them. Man, I haven't seen quail in so long, I forgot what they look like. UFO! You done snuck up in here on me. Did you ever get your OBS going? You did? Man, I put this gun in the wrong spot. Man, peach trees haven't done too good in Tennessee here lately. I tell you what I wished I could find. Like they used to be thickest of them everywhere, and they were Chickasaw plums, man. They had a little bit. Well, the plums were probably like that big around, and they were red or yellow, or it was a mixture of both. Man, when we were kids, we'd get hungry outside. We'd sit there and just get those off the trees and eat them. But man, I don't know what happened to them. They all died out. And the Chickasaw Indians, that's why they're called Chickasaw plums. Well, that's good. I'm not gonna do it tonight. But that's what I thought about doing. Oh man, I've spent 3 days on it. I don't want to spend another one. Oh man, I done got tired too, y'all. Yeah. I'd like to find an old fashioned pear tree. Used to you could find those pear trees out, but I haven't found one of those in a while. I found some real opium one time. It was where old house site used to be, and it was the kind they grow over there in Pakistan or wherever it is, Afghanistan. I mean, and I was gonna dig one up, but I was picking elderberries. There's so many elderberries there, and I went back the next day. I spent 6 hours looking for those things, and I don't know how I couldn't find them. But it was that real opium from like Afghanistan's got. How do pear trees kill other trees? Huh. Got 8 people in the chat and only 2 people talking. That's crazy, ain't it? Huh. I don't know how. I know like oak trees put out a lot of well, I can't even remember. I know pine trees make the soil acid, and oak trees are like the opposite of acid. I can't remember what it was. Yeah, I ain't even look. Oh, this battery's about to die on his laptop. Everybody got to talk about Oh, I still got 24%. I'm not gonna worry about it. Yeah, I like some good old pear preserves, man. I love some orange marmalade too. Ooh, that's some good eating there. Apple butter ain't too bad either. I guess that's kind of like an applesauce, except they call it apple butter. But it's not really a sauce. Squash. Yeah, I got my phone charging. My tablet is doing all right. But the laptop is, I probably need to plug it in. Man, I about stuck that in my mouth the wrong way. I'll tell you what, this laptop is a whole lot faster than that daggum computer, and I don't understand it. This laptop, as soon as you click on something, it's like click, it does it. That thing over there, you click on something, you can sing the tune of Yankee Doodle Dandy before it does what it's supposed to do. You know, I don't know if I had a pear pie. I know I've had rhubarb pie. It's not that bad either. I like some sweet potato pie. Like that sweet potato pie. It's almost good as mustard and biscuits and whatnot, you know. Them French fried taters. Yeah. I wasn't. Four tankers on fire in the Persian Gulf. Some reports say 9 vessels involved. That's what old BP Earthwatch is saying. Oh, yeah, okay. Don't blow yourself up, Squash. my shine running days are done until I make me a copper still. Well, it said 4 were burning and 9 involved, so who knows? Who knows, man? Oh, man. I'm getting that gum. It's almost 10 o'clock, y'all. I probably need to go ahead and cut this short. It's not that short, 2 hours, 36 minutes. But yeah, y'all. I think I'm going to call it a night. It's getting too close to the howling time, you know what I mean? Oh, the news ain't going to say nothing about it. They want to leave us in the dark. That's the reason you need people like Dabu777 or BP Earthwatch. You know, they killed his channel. He had a bunch of people, and all of a sudden, poof, because he was supporting Trump. And this is before Trump got elected. Yeah. Yeah. That joker, he got him back for that whoopee cushion. He goes, "You want to see a real fart?" He burnt the hair off of them. That was a messed up commercial. But I think I remember it aired a couple times on TV before they stopped showing it. I remember seeing that a long time ago. Or I might have seen it on cable, but I ain't had cable. 2006. That's when I lived up in Jackson. They probably used buffalo then. You know it? I've got some jerky from somewhere, and I swear it wasn't cow. It was more like, I don't know what it was, but it wasn't cow. Well, look, y'all, I'm probably going to call it quits, if y'all don't mind. I'm going to go to bed early again tonight. I'm trying to catch up on some sleep. That's cool. Yeah, y'all, I'm going to call it a night. I appreciate y'all showing up. Tori, you held out for a while. I don't know if Happy Heart's still in here, but I am. I'm fixing to shut this sucker down, y'all. And good night, Squash. Good night, UFO. Mighty Mike, I hope your Monday's going fine. That Joker's a time traveler, I tell you. And Tori, thanks for showing up and talking in the chat. This is all I do anymore. I'm not getting all crazy like I have. I've been thinking about doing an acid show though. I hadn't done one of those in a while. But yeah, I guess I'll holler at all y'all later. Just remember, John Boy for president. Make America redneck again. I'll see y'all later. Thanks for swinging by.